Hello everybody, welcome to Sounds of Her Love. Um, a free visual novel from Steam, looks like. What's my name? My name is Captain Buttsex. Oh, I can't fit the... Fuck. There. Something's raining, why won't it stop? My hand limply reaches towards the phone. That still sounds too loud. I'm gonna turn down one or two. Or three. My hand limply reaches towards the noise, but I can't seem to locate it. Captain Buttsex. Must be around here somewhere. I sense something rigid at my fingertips. Suddenly I hear a loud crash beside me. The raining stops. Ah! I force myself up. Bright and intense light greets my eyes. Beside me stands a hazy figure I can't make out. Mother. Do you mind not making so much noise in the morning? Your sister is still asleep. See my mother standing beside me. I took a look downstairs. My alarm clock broken into pieces. I'm not cleaning that up. Just get ready for school. Make it downstairs to eat breakfast. Mother walks off. Don't think she's particularly happy. Well, you broke your fucking alarm clock and screamed. While I doubt many parents would be with their children creating such a ruckus. I was half asleep for crying out loud. I pry myself away from these bed sheets and pick up the table and the broken alarm clock off the floor. I check what the clock once read and conclude it's almost 7 a.m. Unfortunately, today is a Monday, so it's back to school with me. Although it's cliche, I'm not really looking forward to it. It's not like I dislike it, but you'd think after transferring here, things would have been a lot more lively. So far, nothing out of the ordinary has happened. Though I can't really expect life to be like that. This isn't a manga after all. Opening my drawers, I pull out my uniform. It's still as good as new. I haven't had much time to wear it in. I've only been here a week. For an international school, the uniform is quite generic. I was expecting something more prestigious. I guess this is still Japan after all. Even though I've lived here all my life, my mother was dead set on sending me here. She's not a native, so she at least wanted me to connect with her side of the family. Okay. Despite her premise that getting in touch with my Angelican heritage was a good idea. The school isn't even English, it's Welsh. Pretty sure that's the country north of England. I don't think there's much of a difference anyway. After finishing doing up my blazer, I hear a shout from downstairs. Father, son, your breakfast will go cold at this rate. You may as well let me have yours if you're going to waste it. I close my door after sighing and head down to my parents. Reaching the dining room, my mother and father greet me with warm smiles. Maybe not so much my mother. I still think she's pretty pissed. My father gives an empty chair a hefty slap. Still smiling all the while. Sit down, my son. We have a hefty breakfast your mother would approve of. Of course I would. I made it after all, says the mother. In front of me sits a traditional English breakfast. Eggs, toast, beans, sausage, and the like. Damn. I don't think I can eat all this. The empty chair is pulled out from beside me. I guess my sister finally woke up. When it comes to morning, she's not very talkative, or noticeable to say at least. Wow! I'm sure she'll fire up later though. Ah yes, my beautiful family has gathered at last. My sister acknowledges my father with a quick glance and starts eating her breakfast in silence. Tell me, Captain Buttsex, how are your studies? Was that hefty? Why do you keep saying hefty? Hefty, hefty, hefty. Fee worth it? School is private and teaches a foreign curriculum, so tuition fees are quite large. Luckily, my father can pay for it, and it's only for my final year. It's going okay. The initial buzz. Why'd we move? Okay, anyway. Initial buzz of it wore off after the third day. I guess it's like a normal school, not much different from the ones here in Japan. I did have a experience at traditional Japanese high school. Tokyo. It's the students as another comparable feature. Half Japanese. Really that much of a normal school? What's the point of the fee then? Want our son to have the best education possible, right? That, and he's closer to my side of the family. Reasonable. Tell me this though, son. Have you been speaking to any girls at least? Are you really asking him that? Wait, what about a boner? Go back. Go back, I said. Oh, that's a banter. Checking the clock of the... I give my family a farewell and head towards the door. I was gonna say, why? Okay, anyway. That clock is broken? The one I broke? I hear my sister say something just as I leave, though. She doesn't chase after me to tell me. It was strange to hear her at this time of the day, but I guess I can't fret about it now. I continue on a journey I'm only getting used to. I'm gonna say real quick. The street leading to the school is particularly empty. Only a couple of locals are walking by. The number of students is quite low. Checking my watch, I realized that I had left considerably early. How? What time does the school start? It started at like 7:20 for me. Clock was a bit slow. A faint noise distracts from my wrist. It's a female. Ahead of me is a female student, presumably from my school, picking up the contents of her bag off the floor. I guess she dropped it. I consider helping her, but by the time I move my feet towards her, she's already finished. She continues onwards to school. She rubs the back of her head and her braids sway softly in the wind. Just as I pass where she was standing, I notice a small card on the floor. Instinctively, I pick it up. In my hands is a library card with what I assume to be her name on it. Serdwin? Serdwin? Consider this is a Welsh school. I guess that's the origin of her name. I look up and she is nowhere in sight. Oh crap. Quickly setting myself off, I run towards the entrance to the school. I just hope I can catch up to her. Well, at least you can tell Dad you talked to a girl now, or I'm trying to. It doesn't take me long to get in my sight. I call out to her. Serdwin, you dropped this. Eh? Serdwin turns around, flustered, and I approach her with a ragged breath. Here, you go. Thank you? She gives a shy response as I hand her back the card. Was that a harp? Interesting design. How'd you know my name? I could barely fucking hear her say that, if she did say that. Doesn't look like she's very comfortable talking to me. It's on the card. Oh.
It's pronounced
Carry
Carrie, like a K.
like a K. Voice volume. I'm gonna turn the music volume down in comparison. Sorry, my bad.
Don't worry.
I turned the game up a little in volume mixer. It's good you got it back. Both pretty early. Next round uneasy. Glad no one else picked it up.
Thank you.
Thank you. They would have given it to lost and found. She thanks me again. Her eyes are averted slightly away from my direction.
This card is important to me.
Maybe put in a better, safer place. You wouldn't risk losing it then. I know I don't have the right to tell her what to do with her stuff, but things like this are common sense.
I use it a lot. It's easier for me to reach it quickly.
I guess she's an avid book fan. She must be quite smart. That, or she just likes books. I decided to continue the conversation. What kind of books are you interested in? Fiction or non-fiction?
Need a variety.
Manga? That was a short answer.
Want to study literature.
She looks at me as if she expects me to belittle her, though I completely deny her expectations. Sounds great. It's good that it's something you're passionate about. She smiles, moving my feet again. I set towards the entrance to school, turning around to face Carrie before I make any sufficient progress. Carrie and Captain Buttsuck. Still early. We should still go to class. It's a bit cold after all.
You're right. I need to check what class I'm in.
She doesn't know what class she's in? School started a week ago. Don't tell me she has amnesia. Carrie shyly passes me and heads towards the school, and I follow suit, heading towards my class. Guess she was a pretty interesting person. Classes are well underway, and the class is filled with a widespread sense of lethargy. It's Monday after all, and lunch is around the corner. Does anyone really want to learn about the structure of the inner mitochondrial membrane? Is that fucking science? Mitochondrial. Oh my god. Before lunch? Mitochondrial. Just a little more than scribbles on a sparse page. In the end, I can't really say I expected anything different from transferring here. After all, the basic principles of teaching are the same wherever you are. There's no reason as to why the school would be any different, though the extra language lessons are a pain in the ass. Just as I let out a small but definitely noticeable yawn, the teacher glares sharply in my direction. Bored, are you, Captain Buttsex? No, sir. Oh, it's fucking empty, but okay. You gotta use your imagination to fill the seats in. As a surprise, how about you answer the question at the bottom of page 3 then? I looked at the you're not paying attention, are you? I looked at the closed book on my desk and realized what the teacher's referring to. I definitely haven't done a good job at pretending to work. Still, I obliged to turn to page 3, moving my eyes toward the bottom of the page. I find a question that's somewhat relevant to what I managed to hear during the lesson. What is the space between the two mitochondrial membranes called? Is that the matrix? No, that's a bit inside. Well, boy, do you have an answer? It's the inner membrane space. I spot a diagram of the mitochondrion with a nicely labeled arrow showing me the answer. Intermembrane space, sir. The confidence in my voice, or more likely the fact that I got the answer right, seems to have left my teacher surprised. Well done, Captain Buttsex. I guess you were paying attention, after all. I certainly wasn't. I'll try not to yawn this time. Exit the room. Crowd slowly shifts. Class about 30 people. Make my way to cafeteria, where we'll probably run into Library Girl again.